The forest was ancient, sunlight struggling to pierce the canopy. Mist coiled around gnarled roots of centuries-old trees. Bijan, a young warrior with eyes like steel, rode through the silent woods. His dark hair flowed behind him, contrasting with his gleaming silver armor. His horse, a powerful beast, snorted, its breath misting in the cool air. Bijan's hand rested on the pommel of his sword, ready for the forest's dangers. The air carried a new scent, the pungent musk of boar. Bijan urged his horse forward, grip tightening on his sword hilt. The boars were monstrous, larger than any Bijan had ever seen. 3 of them rampaged through a glade, uprooting saplings and scattering rocks. Bijan charged into the glade, roaring in defiance. The boars wheeled, surprised by the sudden challenge. Steel met flesh as Bijan danced around them, his movements fluid and precise. He was a whirlwind of silver and fury, each strike deadly. One by one the boars fell, their roars replaced by groans of defeat. Bijan stood panting, his armor splashed with blood. The forest erupted in the triumphant cries of birds. Leaving the carnage behind, Bijan rode deeper into the forest, his heart heavy with the memories of battle. The dense canopy above filtered the sunlight, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. Each step of his horse seemed to echo the silence that enveloped the woods. Bijan rode deeper into the forest, feeling the weight of the world slowly lift from his shoulders. The further he went, the more the forest seemed to welcome him, its ancient trees standing like silent sentinels. The air, heavy with musk and the scent of damp earth, gave the forest an almost mystical quality. It was as if the woods themselves were alive, whispering secrets of old. As he ventured further, the dense foliage began to thin, and the heavy musk gave way to the sweet scent of blossoms. The transition was almost magical, like stepping from one world into another. The trees thinned, revealing a hidden valley bathed in sunlight. It was a place untouched by time, a sanctuary of peace and beauty. Flowers bloomed in a riot of color, their vibrant hues painting the landscape in shades of red, yellow and blue. It was a sight that took Bijan's breath away. A crystal-clear stream flowed through the valley, its waters sparkling in the sunlight. The gentle babble of the stream added to the serene atmosphere. By the pool, beneath a tree heavy with blossoms, stood a maiden. She seemed to be a part of the landscape, as if she had sprung from the earth itself. Her hair, the color of spun gold, cascaded down her back, catching the light and shimmering like a waterfall of sunlight. Interwoven with tiny flowers, her hair was a testament to the beauty and harmony of nature. Her dress, shimmering blue silk, moved like water around her, flowing with every gentle breeze. It was as if she was clothed in the very essence of the sky and sea. Her eyes, the color of the summer sky, held a depth and clarity that seemed to pierce through Bijan's soul. When their eyes met, the world stood still. It was a moment of pure connection, as if their souls recognized each other. This was Manijeh, a princess of unparalleled beauty, whose very presence seemed to enchant the garden around her. The castle loomed, a black silhouette against the desert sun. Its dark presence was a stark contrast to the bright, unforgiving landscape that surrounded it. Its towers, tall and menacing, seemed to claw at the sky. They stood as silent sentinels watching over the desolate expanse, casting long shadows that stretched like fingers across the sand. Inside, the air was cold, the stone walls sweating with dampness. The corridors echoed with the whispers of long-forgotten secrets, and the chill seemed to seep into the very bones of those who dared to enter. Afrasiab, his face a mask of cold fury, paced in his throne room. His eyes burned with a relentless fire, and his thoughts were consumed by vengeance and power. He ordered Bijan seized and imprisoned in the darkness. The guards moved swiftly, their grip unyielding as they dragged Bijan away, his fate sealed by the king's wrath. Deep beneath the castle lay a well, its opening barred and shrouded in shadows. It was a place of despair where hope was but a distant memory, and the darkness seemed to swallow all light. Manijeh, her finery replaced by rough-spun cloth, knelt by the well, tears streaming down her face. Her sorrow was palpable, a testament to the love and loyalty she held for Bijan. She would not abandon Bijan, not while her heart still beat. Her determination was unwavering, and she vowed to find a way to free him, no matter the cost. Rostam rode like a thunderbolt, his steed a magnificent white stallion, its hooves pounding the earth with a rhythm that echoed his determination. The wind whipped through his hair, and his eyes were set on the distant castle, a fortress of despair that held his friend captive. He had heard the desperate pleas of Manijeh, her voice trembling with fear and hope. Rostam's heart burned with a fierce resolve, and he would not be swayed by any force, no matter how formidable. He reached the castle, a whirlwind of fury, his mace flashing in the sunlight like a beacon of justice. The walls loomed tall and imposing, but Rostam's spirit was unbreakable. Stone crumbled before his might, guards scattered like leaves in a storm, their courage evaporating in the face of his unstoppable force. Each swing of his mace was a testament to his unwavering will. He reached the well, the final barrier between him and his friend, and shattered the iron bars with a mighty roar that echoed through the castle's corridors. Bijan emerged from the darkness, pale and weak, but alive. His eyes, though weary, sparkled with gratitude and relief as he grasped Rostam's outstretched hand. They rode out of the darkness and into the light, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. The journey had been perilous, but their bond had only grown stronger. Villagers celebrated the triumph of love over darkness, an Iranian flag fluttering in the breeze. The air was filled with joyous cries and the sound of drums, a symphony of freedom and hope.